Good morning. It's London, the London Open, and missed the opportunity for some wonderful trades. Okay, let me show you something. Okay. So we just had a major push, and I was waiting for this long and missed it. Well, I took a couple of scalps. We wait for the next move. There should be hopefully an adjustment before we do the big push that I expect. Let me show you what I expect. I drew this much earlier, as you can tell. I had also. So let me show you the look. So when I arrived at the charts, I went through the moves, and so I drew some projections. The 4 standard deviation of the 5-minute last manipulation of yesterday, 2 p.m. open session, aligns with this consolidation, which is the manipulation of 3:30 of yesterday, London, made the high of the day. And this is a typical structure that we have when this is a market maker buy model, where some huge entity start to short the market, release their position, and relocate their average price down to much lower. So the engineer coming down, up, and then they do a big accumulation, reaccumulation, reaccumulation, final manipulation, and then a very violent push to come back here. And they make money all the way down and up. There's many ways to explain a market maker model, and I'm not the author. There's only one author of the market maker model, and you should refer to him. But this model works very well, and once you develop the look, you see the look, you will see it often. So that's where we're going. We should be going up here. Question is always a question of time. We are reaching a sensitive area, which is the 2 standard deviation, 2.5 standard deviation of all this run, and this projection was just to gauge if this is a point where price could reverse at one point. We can probably use this 3 a.m. push to decide things. I'm looking at the look of the 4-hour candle. For now we clarified very clearly what the aim is. There might be a possibility that we come back up in this area before the next push up. A retouch maybe midnight. And otherwise we'll settle on this and then make a final run for this area. So that was my outlook going into London, the London Open. And then I had a count, which is an SPS count. If we're bullish, we're waiting for a first run above a level, second run, come back and go long. Went long here without waiting for this close, because there was a flip and a lower time frame here, so that stopped. And then I realized the actual push would happen at 3 a.m. so I went long here and recovered a little bit of loss, but I mismanaged the trail, and so I recovered my loss. But this was a nice run that I did not participate in. This would have been 40-point run. The read was correct, execution to be improved. Just something we could always strive for. Okay, so now there's nothing to be done because we're waiting for price to come back to a zone that could give a better entry for a long and a good volatility and reaction. Let's see some market structure. We don't need the valid highs and valid lows for now. So if this is the new zone that we breach, which is a high, the last down move before the move up would be around here, around midnight. And it is also 50% of that zone. Let me say, don't delete the mitigated zone. So show the zone boxes. There you go. It's also 50% of the zone, 70%. So there's a world where I don't know if we're gonna come down, right? Come down here. Do this. I don't expect this, to be honest. We can always look. Or, as I had a deeper retracement, very deeper, much deeper retracement to Asia low before going up. So if we could take Asia low without taking this level, that would also be a good indication that we want to move up. We touched the 2 standard deviation, which means it is fair to expect a degree of retracement. It's one of those areas where these things do happen. And if you look at a competing zone, there is an SNDR, this area, that broke this level. Now, let me check how this would look with a slightly different view of the zones. I like this one better. And let's hide this and just check what price tells us before going down to lower time frames. We need to have a good idea where the higher time frames are going. So let me check. Want to do it interactively? Let's do it interactively. Okay. We did not put in a 5-minute valid low yet. To put in a 5-minute valid low, we will need to close below here. I was mentioning that we're looking this huge candle. We push up. The trend is very bullish since we closed this candle, since the close yesterday, 6 p.m., the reopening of the market. The 12 minutes. There was a small candle, easy to flip. So then when we closed here at 312, we had a small retracement and up we went. Could also have been a good idea, good moment to go long. And let's see about the SMTs. There is SMT here, tiny. Major indication of strength from NQ. Because we, yes, had to come down all the way down to this, which could be also an early indication that we might have some retracement, which is good. Okay, what else? Daily candle, huh? 1 second, let me move this. The daily candle. Okay, we broke this zone, we're coming back, this is the last down move or order block in the daily, and we touched 50% of it, and now we are having a reaction. So we closed here, we closed with a body, quite a few, but we touched 50% of this order block, and from the daily we could go both ways. In all honesty, but this is a good indication that price, so it came down here and then it closed here. There is a possibility that we just come back up. Maybe I would expect it to us to come down a little bit more before going up, but it's definitely possible that we move up. I don't see a lot of well, the body close candle is bearish, so we would expect to go down to 2079, but on the 4 hour we're having quite a strong reaction of several candles. Is it possible that we go and counterfeit it and get to the end of the market maker model? Yeah, perfectly possible. Then we inverted actually then that market maker model will be here, as we said. So we need to see, we are in an area where, is this the OTE, like of the 4 hour candle? Let's check together. Very nice. It disappeared. Does it only show on the okay. Did I draw it wrong? Okay, I drew it wrong. Reverse. Okay. Yeah, so where price is, so if you consider every candle a range, we are in the optimal trade entry area, let's say optimal reversal area for this 4 hour candle. This might be useful to keep. So let me move it. And we are at the 2.5 standard deviation. So this could be an area to keep an eye for a possible reversal. Right now, price is very bullish, so we're pushing up. Let's see. So we went through daily 4 hour, 12 minutes, 5 minutes, briefly. We added a couple of annotations. Let's see where this ends, because I would like to. Yeah, so that level, right? So I can't move it very easily, but what I can do is like take this, move it to so that we have a $30 or 5. Sometimes I'm very precise about how I want these things to look. Apologize. 3 a.m. Okay. All right, just gives us to give us an idea of things. Okay, we are in the middle line at in between 2 and 2.5% retracement, or at the OTE level of the 4 hour candle, if you consider it as a range. And I think the price will reach for this area, the previous day high. That's absolutely my read. And will we adjust before or not? Let's see if we can find an entry that makes sense. For example, yeah, so on the 1 minute, as we said, does it make sense to come back to Asia low? To be honest, not sure. Before pushing, can we come back here? Maybe. Can we come back here? Just do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and proceed from, you know, retesting Asia high? Absolutely yes. And remember that there is this SNDR which broke this level, right? So this is also an area to keep in mind. It's possible that the game is going to happen in this area, now that I think about it. So we probably will be around the 50% of this zone at optimal trade entry. So it means we could look for a short in this area. There's a few confluences like the Fibonacci 80% level of the 4-hour candle, huge 4-hour candle from yesterday. SNDR that broke this level, 2.5 standard deviation of the expansion, and we might come down. So one way to play this would be take a short until an area makes sense. If you have good risk to reward ratio, and it's 333. I generally prefer to move with the trend, to be honest. So I would wait for the long after the adjustment. But and the read is precise. Look, apparently there is something that I can't see. So there is an SNDR within this zone, that on the 1 minute zone, that we were calling. There is actually something that has already been tapped once. Okay, so basically price had left it, broke the structure, came back once. So I see it. We are on the 15-second chart. So let's keep an eye on this. We identified a few levels. That's 330. 330 is one of those times where price makes runs. So let's see what happens if we could do a spike and then a breaker and a short. There's no really accumulation that tells us we should come down, in all honesty. So this doesn't look like a short to me. It's just a straight up, we're bullish, we're gonna go to previous day high. But how many points is this? So if we would short from here, that's 40 points. What's the ATR? The ATR what's happening? Because I'm hiding now. I couldn't understand. So it's 5. So if volatility has increased, we're now around 5 points in the past hour for the moves of so candles can expand very rapidly and on an average move 5 points. 3 candles 15, and just to get a sense for How big would these stops be? Three to four. So that will be 60 points. Okay. Did we reach? So we are already into the 2.5. We were very close to the halfway between 2.5 and 2, so 2.225. There is a move to the short side, so we're turning. I would wait for the final, so this would be perfect for the final breaker. If we move back up now, we would have a breaker. Then I can short this. It would be nice to if this works out, then it's a nice narrative building, end to end. And because if we dump now, the time is right also to dump now. If we could wait 4 a.m. would be better. Is there a breaker? Yes, there is a breaker. Sadness. It's a sad breaker, but there is. As I said, I expect we move up just a tiny bit more. I mean, these are all, how you call it, applying your experience to what the chart has done before, and see what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm whistling. Oh my god, that's the strats. Okay. We marked it, we shared it. Okay, let me hide this amazing prediction. Let's go back to the lower time frame. Okay, that's valid high, low, 1 minute valid high, so it's good that we didn't go short. We are now at SNDR. This is 342, huh? We would like to see 344, yeah, to go down. The close of the 15-minute candle we would like to see go down. And then at around 46, 48, go back up. I mean, we keep an eye, of course, on market structure. There is a break, SNDR, protected level, and then if you breach below, the protected level becomes this. We're on 15 seconds. I'm on 50 seconds because it was slightly cleaner, was it? Yeah, slightly cleaner. So, valid high, valid low on 1 minute. Let's see if we break it, valid low. The breakdown might be earlier than I anticipated it. I accept it. You make a read and then you adjust your read. There is this inversion. There is this inversion, right? Well, there is this imbalance that could become maybe inversion. Now it's supporting price. So on 1 minute, this fair value gap is holding price. And now we're going to, so now we're bouncing from this imbalance to the SNDR. Lower SNDR, actually you could use this one too. Depends on the how you measure the swings. A little bit trend line in this thing. Let's see what ES is doing. I feel we have a handle on the narrative in the sense that I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but the framework, sometimes controlling the context is everything. You don't have to be right, but controlling the context will help you make good decisions. So, bounced on the fair value gap, 1 minute fair value gap, breached, double tap on this SNDR. This is actually the test. We are at 315. So as I said, down till 315, manipulation of the 50-minute close are often counter trend. So real trend, we see now, if we can push above here, if we can close with strength below here, maybe we continue down. We close above, or somebody push above. So it was good. This is a SBS, by the way. It was an SBS, which we didn't take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. I'm glad you're paying attention. Okay, so the count worked. we did reach the top. Still. Okay, but now we did. If we breach below here, this is the short, right? So we are inside that zone I marked. So basically we are. This was the tapping of that 1 minute area. If we close with a body below this line on 1 minute, that's possible. Then we can enter short. I still would like to see this tagged, but what was this area? This area was the area that made sense for any point in this area. It's good for a reversal, and we tagged it. Mm-hmm. $348. How is the H4 candle looking? Very bullish. Very, very bullish. Okay, double top SMT. Wait. No SMT because I'm not looking at the 15 seconds of on ES. Okay. False alarm. This SNDR has been breached. We wicked. Makes sense. This was just a fair value gap that held the price. Price could not close. Oh my God, this is nice. We should have noticed this. Could not close the 50%. See? There's no candles closing below 50%. So it was long. I could have entered long here. At the end of a 15-minute candle. The end of the 15-minute candle, sometimes counter trend, right? So as I said, 44 until 44 it makes you sweat. Yeah, 43, okay, was the minimum, and then at the end of 45 the push. Okay. This doesn't make any sense anymore. This will become it. Okay. I'm adjusting. Yes. ES, Standard & Poor. Tiny SMT. It is happening. Topping signal. Not yet. Come on, give me satisfaction. With this historical. If I can read this, the week where we turned. Come on. Come on, makes sense. This is a sort of a trend line forming. ES is coming down. There is SMT. We already did 15-minute candles, 15 seconds candles, so we need to focus on the narrative on the low, on higher time frames to avoid double takes and surprises. Okay, we entered the double tap zone. He doesn't have to do it. Okay, ES has done the same. There's no SMT anymore. Said Panda. It could also be, you know, the 100 points up. Absolutely possible. Sometimes these accumulation patterns, these trend lines, actually explode up, and then the retracements happen at a different point in time. It is an accumulation pattern, so I would expect the 4 a.m. to go down. There's a big engulfing candle. This one is indecisive. Let's set up for a short, huh? So the traditional one would be here, 371. Early entry. Earlier entry. 37550. How much is the stop of this? The only reason why I'm not entering now is that at 4 it might have a spike and then down. I would set maybe already a stop, like an entry here, and then move it up if we... So this will be... This would be the, so 2020, the 2R will be here. Yeah, reasonable. If I enter here, let's put it out. Okay. I like to see one last push. This becomes a breaker. One last push. Take this level, the liquidity level we saw inside the 15 seconds SNDR, area responsible from yesterday. We also tagged it. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay. And this time what we want to do is yeah, 357. Okay, well, let's see if we call the whole move. This one, remember, we'll see if we called it. I'm going to run with it and see if we're right. And that would be great for my confidence and the reading of the market, which we built a narrative. We built a narrative from the ground up, slowly getting clues about what price wants to do. But we give ourselves some space to leaving this is actually okay, because we're in a market maker buy model. This is a counter trend trade we're taking, because we still want to go to the previous day high. Don't let me fool you. We're still going to the previous day high. So ideally we want to take longs. But this is a topping pattern. Now there is SMT. Yeah. Now there is SMT like this. Exhaustion. And we're coming down, right? Exactly at 4 a.m. Okay. We have a mitigation block, not a breaker. We wicked. Not tagged yet. We have a stop. Depending on how, if we want to expect it for the last another manipulation or not.
Order filled.
Okay, you heard the beep. So target will be at 400. Okay, let's see if this is an SPS. We are destroyed. Because we could still go up, take that, and then go down. Yeah, that's possible. That's part of the game. So when do I want to move? Opa, my phone is dead. Sorry. The reason this is an SBS, by the way, of course. There's always an SBS. It's the narrative sometimes is more important than the patterns. So we want to make sure we take profit. So where's the next an area that's unmitigated. So this makes sense as a target. Makes perfect sense. Okay, we're waiting. Is this short happening now or not? We missed that liquidity level I highlighted. But I saw the SMT. It's 4 a.m. We're at the 2 standard deviation. And this is the short. Okay. Let's see. Okay. How many points did I enter at? 370. 75. I never enter. Perfect, huh? Okay, there is this SNDR, so we could go and visit this SNDR here. I see this wrinkle in price. Still not the price is still not entirely sure it's going to do it. 402. If this doesn't work, I'm thinking my London is done. I think we worked through it. 46 minutes. And SBS count, and we're counterfeit. Well, possible. For we're gonna have to let it do its thing. There is some liquidity there that we know. It's true. By being overeager, leaving equalize at the top. Yes, I have been. It is the most frustrating thing to be absolutely right and have a small oversight, being impatient, and then price does exactly what you predicted. I am aware of it and guilty. We have to let it play out now. I am not coming out of this alive. Let's see. It came back, so I could close the trade break even. We were in a small profit of a few points. Sometimes the thing is the 4-hour candle we're in it has been pushing aggressively the whole since okay, it's going up. $405. Okay, coming down. Is there something we can see? Okay, oh, wait. I see an SNDR double tap. So that's our chance for price to go down. Yeah, here. See, broke this, came back. Double top reversal would be nice. Strong rejection. Maybe down. Makes sense to me. So this was the better entry if we were not overeager, overzealous as I have been. Okay. Still not out of the waters. ES looks bullish. So 406. The reason why we don't care about this is because ES did take this level. So we have a breaker on the elephant, as we say, we have a breaker on the elephant, and NQ doesn't need to have it, in my experience. Okay, make us sweat. It still hasn't breached this valid low that it created. Maybe now. Absolutely want to take at least a 1 hour from this, so I'm going to trail the trade. Now we're in profit, still coming back up. We did do now equal lows. ES is still trying to go up. That means there is now quite a pronounced disconnect or divergence. 407. This can be the 5 of us in SPS. So we came back, almost took this valid low, and we can breach it, and then we can go back up. So we went back to the origin of this move. Right. We will have to let it play out. Okay. Some sort of fuckery. Well, this was like a liquid leaving equal lows for later. Do another pass. ES has taken, has it done it? ES is leaving equalized, maybe one tick more. It's 4, right? So it's close to the end of the... No, there's still quite some room. We're not at the end of the kill zone. So if I was not in a trade, how would I see this? This would be an accumulation. We're still working through that SNDR. We came back to test it again. We now closed above the 50% of it. ES has created a higher high. So there is SMT. There. But we're snapping back up. Because that was this level. We left equal lows here, right? Okay. Now I take a loss because I was overzealous. Huh?
Order filled.
Okay, we took a loss. We wicked. I wrote it. Okay, so okay, now we did a read. I entered overeager. We took the level. Short now. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. It's there was SMT. Things were looking okay for the short. Yes, you had to wait for the swing. Yes. We were so close. Sometimes the time I get affected by the time, but the older thinking about the macros, or let's say the injections of volatility, around the turn of the hour. Might stay a bit longer to see what happens. From the point of view of, so nothing has happened yet, to be honest. We're waiting. Try to be smart about try to anticipate the market without a strong foundation, confirmation, and the market will teach you a lesson. I would go short again if we come down here and retry. Now there is some thing building up here. Well, yeah, sort of. There is this the concept that you should not, well, it's much easier to take continuations than reversals, and in this case it was just a simple continuation, right? We sweat it on the 15-second candles, but nothing. Even left equal highs, man. The move was definitely not done. So suit yourself. Tap and double tap. Early entry. This will be early entry because we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the SNDR that broke. See where how we react to here. Let's hide this. I saw some topping pattern that was not there. I even managed to be in almost 5 points in profit. See the sadness in my face. Okay, or 50% of that. 50 seconds NDR. There is some more. Remember, there's 50% of this is the same height of 2.5 standard deviation. There is some room for going up some more, of course. Again, listen to some music. We were expecting a short. Is it? 426, 430. It's often a possibility for the shorts. Yes, for sure, for sure. Yes, he's doing it. That would be a breaker here. There is a tiny breaker here. Is there an inversion? It's no inversion. Yeah, there's a tiny inversion. We've been calling for it, but I took a loss. So it's some days it's on up only. We're in the 2.5 area. Then move this one, right? So this one. How big is this top? volume imbalance. For 30. We're counter trend because the expansion of the 4-hour candle already happened. The question is, how long does he want to continue? How big the wick should be? We should look for longs, not shorts. I have trouble getting stuck on a bias, not on a bias. I have trouble sometimes getting stuck on the trade I want to take. I want to take the next short. But if you look at the 4-hour candle, look at the 4-hour candle, we are, it's a long. Also, we're reaching a point where the volatility of the session wanes and mental capital wanes. So gonna wait a little bit more and then call it. It's a little bit sad to look at a session 1 hour of a person analyzing charts, taking a loss, being completely wrong. So not fun. Okay, double tap into that fair value gap, could not close above it. Yes, has trouble, but there's no SMT.
Order filled.
Did you hear the beep? We are short. Eight-point stop. And maybe wrong. So double tap could not close above this imbalance, 1 minute imbalance. Still we're at 2.5 of the manipulation, OTE of the 4 hour. It's the same trade and just at a different time, and we might be long and just come back up. This would be the SNDR. Need to see if we close below here. do this with the 1 minute candles. So we created a 1 minute valid high here. See if that has any value in this old I see a wick here, though. Just to place a projection. Let's see if ES activates this inversion fair value gap. For now, it's not. We have a 1 minute valid high. Closing above here, we would create a 1 minute valid lows, counterfeiting most of the trading idea. I entered half size or reduced size so that just to recover the previous loss. 438. The 1 hour candle is very bullish. Just closed. The 3 to 4 was very bullish. So we expect the next one to also be, but there might be some adjustment or retracement now, maybe not. There will be the 2 losses. Then we're gonna say bye bye. Bye bye. $440. We did create a valid 1 minute valid low because we closed above here. Then we had a discrete reaction. Closing above here is basically a loss. Right. Apologies if you hear the noise. So this is a breaker. We breached it. We came to retest it. Now we're going. Okay. I'd like to take, this is, okay, I'm happy. We're in this. Target is 371. Mm. 445, 442. As you know, the close of a 50-minute is counter trend, so now make me think there might be a small push up. I am 5 points profit, 6 points in profit. Okay, at 10 points of profit, I would like to make sure we don't lose the profit. Okay. $4.44. Close of the 50-minute candle. It's possible that the next candle is going to push hard down. $44. 30 seconds. Yeah, so we created 12-minute valid low. We're coming back up. Somebody's seeing SBS long here, which makes sense. So 15-minute candle has closed. Let's see how we proceed. Oh, this is quite bearish also on the 15. Yeah, it would make sense that we reach 371 to me. Okay. Let me move to 200 profit. Okay.
Order filled.
Okay. I'm going to show you. OTP. OTP. Okay. Okay. Very good. I'll show you. I am absolutely not happy with this session. But I had to reduce the size to recover from the loss. It's good practice. Trust me. So that's what we did. We took a loss and then we waited for a secondary entry and we took it. This was 15 points, almost to our real stop here would be 2R, 10 micros. All right, London done. We done on. So we'll walk through again the logic about this. Okay, let me walk you through the reason why this trade worked. So I'll leave you with some theory. So last manipulation on 5 minutes. So if you look at this in 5 minutes candles, last move down before reverting and flipping the market structure. Price has a tendency to go to the, well, to have a reaction around 2.5 multiples of the manipulation. It was so-called standard deviation in ICT terms, so it's just a projection. And there was, so this was an area to keep an eye on. It was also OTE level. So the, let me draw it for you. Again, I'm blind, okay. So the 4 hour, that was a huge 4 hour candle the other day, right? Let's see. Yeah. So if you take this huge 4 hour candle, which we're still working through, this level, all this level, it's blocked, is OTE level, so it's a good level for moving down. That was the second confluence. Third confluence is, there was an SNDR here where we tapped it, double tap, and reverted this one. This was an area responsible. This was an area responsible for breaking this low, right? Okay, we touched 50% and we had the reaction. So everything worked out. Sometimes it's working out the timings of everything is the problem. And now this manipulation, we reached 2.5. But if you look at it actually, right, there's no actual swing. Maybe there is here. You would take this one or this one, right? So the short might continue a bit longer. Okay, and this has been quite a long stream, 1 hour and a half, with some music pause. Okay, I am happy we waited the second time for this setup to happen. There were way more points, huh? So original target was here, right? So my original target for the previous short was at the SNDR that broke this. So, and probably the projection, I drew it badly. So, yeah, would have been more than a 3-hour trade after all this wait. You can let this run if it's if you're not in drawdown. In drawdown, I prefer to recover the drawdown. And look at this. Okay. Thank you for watching. I would say it's interesting London session. We did call a reversal and 2.5 standard deviation. We identified the area. We were too eager. And then the actual short, the exact candle, it was at 423. Remember 422, 430. 430 was the last hesitation. 33. Yeah, the classical 433. put 3, enter. This would have been the better entry, as always. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about my new banner. ChatGPT. Fabulous. All right. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.